All right, guys, thank you for coming out. It's been a really long day. We are very proud of what you guys have made. We've walked around, seen some great projects. This is officially the closing of Blueprint 2015. Just to give you a quick rundown of how this is going to go. We're going to have a raffle for some leftover prizes that we have. Baris is going to give us a talk. And then we're going to have the winners give a quick presentation of their app to us. So, and then we'll have some prizes for them as well. So really looking forward to it. I don't know what happened to my partner. Michael bailed on me. That's all right. He had stuff to do. It's okay. So yeah, I'd like to get started. First off with the raffle. So raffle is truly random website that does the raffle like just now. So hopefully it works. But yeah, so we have a couple of prizes. We have a couple of Raspberry Pis that we're going to give away. An Intuos tablet, which is useful for drawing, for Photoshop, whatever you may need. We have some iSnap Pro's Bluetooth self-portrait monopods, which is essentially a selfie stick. They're just giving it a fancy name. We got 2 of those to give away. Makey, which is an introduction to more circuits, which lets you make a controller for your computer. So yeah, that's what I'd like to give away. Real quick, I'd like to move to, I guess, my slides, so if that's possible. Otherwise, raffle, right? Here we go. So let's see who the first person is to win. We'll first raffle a Raspberry Pi. Nice, complete with a Raspberry Pi and other things to go with it. The first winner is Elliot. Come on up to the stage. Really hope you enjoy your Raspberry Pi. Hope it serves you well. Our next winner for the second of 4 Raspberry Pi, Nayan Thara. Please tell me how to pronounce your name. I don't want to butcher it. All right, here you go. Our next winner is Jagath. Next winner. A nice Raspberry Pi for you as well. Hope it tastes good. Probably won't. Ryan Ewing. Got a winner. He might. Did he leave? No? All right. So I'll give him about 5 more seconds. All right. Solid. Next person. Rishi Mansand. Nice. Come on up. Major League Hackers. Step on up to the stage. Raspberry Pi. Hope everything's well. So next thing, we're going to raffle off the Creative Pen and Touch tablet for drawing things with Photoshop, making vector graphics. It's very, very nice. We have 3 of those to raffle off. So our next winner is Stuart Rucker. Not here. All right. Here's the chances for you guys. So, Andre. Nice. Just for you. Hope it serves you well.
Great. Thank you a lot. Thanks a lot. Hey.
Eric Chim. We seem to be getting a lot of response from every single one of them, so I'm glad people are liking these winners. But here you go. No problem. David Chen. Not here. That's really unfortunate. Sorry, dude. Ajay. Here you are. Thank you. No problem. What? All right, sounds good. Our Armand. Come on up. Oh, I forgot to announce we ran out of Intuos tablets. You get a makey. Yeah, as a consolation, here you go. You can make a nice controller for something like Minecraft or something, I don't know. But next winner, Michael Silver. Coming up. You get the second of two makeys. It's an invention kit for everyone, so hope it finds you well. And finally, probably our biggest prize. I've always wanted a selfie stick. Sebastian Paiva? Maybe not here? Possible? Oh, here he is. Nice. Thank you. Hope that finds you well. Maybe you can take some selfies with some friends. I don't know. What's the point of a selfie stick? And the final winner, Caleb Trotz. The final selfie stick for you. Thank you so much. So I guess that concludes our raffle. Hope that was nice. I hope you people enjoy your prizes. I guess for now we're going to move to a talk with Baris Yüksel. He is an employee at Google. I believe he's a senior software engineer. And he will be giving us a talk on Google and other things. I don't know. I should be. Come on up. Here's a
all right.
Here's a nice microphone for you.
What's up, everyone? How are you feeling? You're feeling good? You've been working so hard, and you deserve a good round of applause. Give yourself an applause. Awesome. So this weekend, we had two very intense days. I'd like to thank the organizers of Blueprint. You guys put a lot of effort and had a very swift organization. It was really, really nice. Let's give an applause to all the organizers. So yesterday, for myself as well, I watched some of the classes, some of the lessons. I learned new things that I did not know before. And I'm pretty sure you shared it because you guys learned new stuff as well. Some of it maybe didn't stick so well, and some of it just flew over yourselves. Or maybe some of it, you got it so on that today you actually implemented something on it. That's great if you did that. But if you did not do that, don't despair. You have all the time in the world, starting today, to understand everything that you did not understand yesterday in the classes. This is a great beginning. Think about it this way. You made an effort to jump into water. You know what happens when you jump into cold water? Is there anyone here who jumped into cold water? Well, you all jumped into cold water yesterday. It was pretty cold. We did not know what to expect. And today, you try to swim in cold water. It's even harder. And look at it. We have amazing projects. Same level. I was just judging around. I was looking around. They're at the same level as the ones that I've seen at Hack MIT. You guys are doing projects at the level of college students. Round of applause for that. So many years ago, when I was in high school, I wanted to do programming. I didn't know where to start from. I felt sort of disconnected from the whole computer world. All I had was this tiny computer, and I just didn't know. Me going was to take a project. It was a very silly project now that I look at it, but for me it was like so meaningful at the time. What I did was I built an app on BASIC. It's not an app, it's a program, where every morning I would wake up and I would type in the exchange rates for multiple currencies, and over time it will calculate me how much certain currencies are appreciating or depreciating. So if I wanted to invest my savings, which amounted to $22.22 total, into which currency, so that I could make like 5%, right? But look at it now. Look at where I got to starting from that. It was a very simple program, and engineer at Google, and I still feel the same excitement when I started a project at Google that I felt when I did a small basic program on my Commodore 64. So this is the beginning of a very exciting road for yourselves. This is how exactly it starts. I want to tell you about something very important that's different than my experience that you are having in your lives right now. The world is changing, and it's changing really fast. We're going through a huge digital revolution, and it's been only single-digit years we're on this revolution. Age right now have the ability to reach out to APIs, programs that gives you so much power that the world has not seen before. And you have great scale at your hand. Whatever you built right now could be used by anyone who's got a smartphone, if you're building it on a smartphone, or by anyone who has internet access. So last year only, 200 million people got on the internet, bringing up the internet penetration in the world to 40%. So you can reach out to half of the world with whatever you built right now. Do you know how many people got on cellular phones last year? 400 million people, which brings up the cellular phone number to 7 billion subscriptions. You know what that is? What's the population of the world? So it's almost everyone. Are at a time right now that whatever you built can reach out to anywhere in the world, to anyone. And with that impact comes responsibility. I was at a party 2 years ago, and this friend of mine, he's a very respectable writer. He's written in New York Times and New Yorker before. I was talking to him, and he said, hey, I got to admit that as a software engineer nowadays, you have more impact than what I write in New Yorker and New York Times. So that is you. And this is the first time the world sees such an ability to reach everyone. So with that, have you guys seen 2001: Space Odyssey? A little bit, maybe. Okay, well, the writer of 2001: Space Odyssey is Arthur Clarke. He's a great science fiction writer. He says, any sufficiently technology is indistinguishable from magic. Exactly. So, I want to put up my magic hat. This one off. So now, I look around myself and I see a room full of magicians, exactly, which is you guys, which are rising up to take the challenge of the world to solve the really hard problems. We practice with the problems here that, and the problems that you solve at the hackathons. The world's problems are even harder, but it's there for you. Software engineering has, for the first history of the world, has come to a stage where we have the ability to solve the problems. Imagine this, 10 years ago in Africa, if you said, I'm gonna write some program and I'm gonna fix some problems, people would have laughed at you. But as of 2009, Kenya got fiber, and now they have 3G covering whole Kenya. You know how they follow HIV patients? With smartphones. Every doctor has a smartphone now when they see an HIV patient because they have to follow up on these patients. They have a little app where they can, take the give the GPS information and then get all the basic information about the patient, and it goes to a database. This is what we use. And in that respect, this is the beginning of your journey. The world is, with all the problems that it has, gives us a great canvas to paint and to put our impact on. That also means that the world needs more well-rounded software engineers. Applying your skills to problems does not mean just go and find a technical solution, but it also means to understand the context of the problem and to understand how people are affected by that problem and to find a way that will solve the problem in the best possible method that applies to these people. Essentially, as software engineers now, you're not just engineers, but you're magicians, and you're also the people in charge of solutions. You need to go out to the world and understand the context of the problem. With that, of course, I would greatly suggest that you take a path to college and then get some stuff under your wings so that when you go to the world, you can understand these people better. It's very important for us. We prepare ourselves for these challenges. On that note, before when I was on the train from New York to Boston, I was looking for things that I can tell you. And I searched for motivational speeches. And I found this one motivational speech, Pacino, in this movie called Any Given Sunday. Has anyone seen this? It's a 1999 movie. I haven't seen it either. But I watched the episode that Al Pacino, the speech that he's famous for in that movie, talking to a group of, he's talking to a football team. And if it's in the break, they're going to the second half or something, and they're losing. And he's trying to get them energized to win the game. And he says, we're in hell. And if we stay in hell, we're going to be crumbled. But we can get out of this hell, can make progress towards the light, inch by inch. He says, every little thing that we do throughout this game, however little they are, they're 1 inch. That inch, we have to win. We have to prepare ourselves to win that inch so that at the end of the game, when we count all those inches, it will make a difference. And it will be the thing that will make us win the game. So I thought I should tell you this, because today is 1 inch. Life is full of inches. You know yourself, and the best way to solve a problem is when you can go back to your experiences in the past, and you can say, oh, this way. Oh, I did that way in the past. So you bring them all together and you apply. That's a great engineer. So you guys did 1 inch this weekend, and I congratulate you for that. This is amazing. This was not for me, by the way. This was for you. So, interestingly enough, last year on February 22nd, exactly this day, we had Blueprint 1. And I closed that speech with a phrase that I borrowed from JFK's Go to the Moon talk. I think it's very inspirational. I find it very inspirational for myself. And I want to close the speech today with the same phrase, with the same quote. And he says, we chose to go to the moon. It's easy, but because it's hard. We chose to go to the moon because it will give us an opportunity to measure our technical skills to solve the hard problems. And then I was thinking at the time when I'm reading this, I'm like, well, we already went to the moon, so I can't really say that. So I was like, okay, maybe I can tell them we should go to the Mars. I've also been to Mars. So I was like, okay, got to think bigger. So I was thinking, oh, we can go to Europa. Europa might actually have life. We don't know, right? It has water. I'm glad you guys did this weekend. I'm very thankful to all the student organizers of this. You guys put together an amazing event. And I look around myself and I see young faces with a lot of enthusiasm and also great team players. I also like to make a on that. Not only talent, but team playing is very important as well. If you think about it, if you have one brain trying to solve one problem versus 4 brains trying to solve one problem, what did we learn by parallelizing all those computers? You can solve a lot better, a lot faster, right? Same thing goes with humans. The more brains we have in the room, the better it is. We can go a lot faster and we can make it a lot more interesting. So thank you guys. Thank you for bringing that enthusiasm to here. Thank you for making the attempt to get to that first inch and learn new things and apply them. This is the beginning of a fantastic road. You're all magicians. And this gives me a lot of hope. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Baris. It's really true what he said. Here, whether it be small or big, will really help you on your future, whether it's computer science or not. Whether you're a returner to Blueprint, you're new to hackathons, you've been to 1,000 hackathons, regardless, Blueprint is a great opportunity to enhance your skills and possible. Now I'd like to move over to the presentation of the winners of this year's Blueprint 2015. So I guess we'd start off with the rookie division, the 3rd place team. We'd like to give you the opportunity to give a 3-minute demo of your app, of what you made. So if loan sharks could please hop up here, that'd be great. Give us 1 second as we set up their computer. Yeah. Sure. Perfect. Perfect. Give me that. I'll change resolution, but.
All right.
So make sure the mic's on. Yes. Here you are. Give it up for the loan sharks.
Hello, I'm Andre. I'm Gary.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Ben. So basically, our idea comes from the fact that a lot of our friends owe us money, and we owe money to a lot of our friends. And we are high school students. We have no way of possibly tracking that. So we thought, hey, is there any way to track it? We found there is none. Stuff is for giant financial markets, nothing for students to, lend $20. So we decided, let's go ahead and create. We started off doing an Android app. It didn't really work out, but as hackathons have it, we decided we'd just do a web app. So what happens is we started with a bootstrap team. We worked on that. I had personally never actually done full websites before. I had to learn Bootstrap. I knew a bit of HTML, but that was about it. Basically, a lot of learning. You can talk about your MongoDB and that.
Yeah, so luckily, because we were doing an Android app, all I had to do was create a server with Node.js and MongoDB, and the server, it was perfectly compatible with the web app that we're doing, and it made life a lot easier. And these two were working on the Android app. Do you want to tell about some of your experiences?
Well, we were both actually new to Android apps too, just like they were new to web development. And so for us, it was a really beginner's experience to trying to figure out how to play with Android, Android Studio, and learning how to organize stuff. And yeah, like they said, we were trying to play around with Android app, except that didn't eventually work out, where we eventually moved on to web pages with Node.js and Bootlegger.
Yeah, we started off the main menu, and we realized once we started getting into the functions, we'd have to like start creating boxes with multiple like text file entries, and just multiplying that over and over was just a bit difficult for us because we both had little to no experience with it. And these two kind of saved us with the web development, and we both kind of learned a bit of HTML on the way. It was a lot of fun, good experience.
All right, so I guess I can go ahead and give you a little bit of a demo here. So we did a website in Bootstrap, got a little logo going, some Dogecoin to the moon, of course. So I guess I can demo the login page here. So this connects to the MongoDB database we set up. And you can create users, of course, log in. We had some problems with our dashboard, which ended up not being as filled out as we wanted it to be, but for all intents and purposes, it's fairly listed here. So this is what gets pulled out of the database. You get this, and some of these are actual people, some of it are famous, and some of it just names I thought of in my head. All of these are pulled from the database. The only thing that we haven't actually set up yet is the overall date and the date. But searching works, for example. We can search for things. Pages and sorting works. We haven't had time to do charts yet, but that's something to do in the future. We wish to do PayPal integration and Venmo, but that's basically dedicated to the people that owe me money. Tim, Nikki, Vivian, you know who you are. Yeah.
Thank you for the loan sharks. We'd like to move right along into the, oh, excuse me. We forgot the biggest part about one of the, we try not to emphasize it, but here is, go ahead and open it. Actually, come on, step on stage. Nice. They each received a Pebble Watch. So, yeah, it's not actually keep the boxes, right? Keep the boxes. Awesome. So yes, that is the loan sharks. Actually, got my sheet here. The second place team in the rookie division would be Help Incorporated. So whoever the team is, give it up for Help Incorporated. I'll just have your computer real quick. I'll just get you set up real quick. We have to change resolution, actually, so it's a little bit slower than expected, but. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. It's possible to. Actually, yeah, can I make it a little smaller? There you go, so you guys can see. Nice. Here we go. Help Incorporated. Here's 3 minutes wherever you want.
We can just say our names. Hi, I'm Juliana.
Hi, I'm Megan.
And I'm Ajay.
Okay, so a problem we've had as high school students is that we wish we had more mentors that are attending colleges we're interested in and are pursuing majors that we're interested in going into. So right now, basically the main resources are admissions offices, which don't really give exactly a realistic picture of what the college experience is like. So we created HELP to connect high school students with college mentors.
Okay, so how our website works is you can choose a college that you're interested in, and we're interested in Mal University. And let's say you're also interested in the major CATS. And you see this help button, and you can press it. Links you to an email to Baris, who is a CATS major at Mal University. So we created a little template in case you guys don't know how to approach your mentor. This is how it starts off. So, hi, Baris, since you're a CATS major at Mal University, I wanted to ask you, and you can ask them whatever you want, like how the college is, how life there is, how CATS major is, and etc.
Future stuff, right?
Yeah.
On from the future, what would be really awesome is to build an incentive system for college students to be mentors in the system. A lot of them will do it just for the sake of altruism, but for a lot of people, they're busy, so we figured eventually we should give them another reason to be part of Help, the website. So eventually what we would do is we would build partnerships with large corporations like Starbucks or Chegg, so that if a college student, a mentor, gets rated well enough by people that the college student mentors, then say Starbucks could give them a coupon for, say, half off their next latte. It helps the large corporations because they get more business, gives an incentive for the college students, and we can get a little commission off that and monetize without advertising. So, sounds fun.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. Really. Remember Help Incorporated? Before you leave, we have your prize as well. Don't want to forget.
Okay.
Nice. Go ahead and open it. Yeah, you just take the box. Yes. Yeah, just pull it right off. They all won mini jam boxes, which are you go ahead and take the box as well. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. All right, we've arrived. The grand prize division of Blueprint 2015. We're really proud of them. If we could invite up the Academy coders up to the stage to present, that'd be phenomenal. And again, you have 3 minutes to present. It's gotta adjust. Yep, that mic. There you go.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jacob.
I'm Ravi. And I'm Logan.
And this is our app, Coffee Run.
So Coffee Run is designed for people who are overworked or don't have access to a car. So a need that we identified initially, there are a lot of people who want food but don't have a way to get there. And there are a lot of people who have cars and ways to get food. And although there are delivery services for a lot of restaurants, most of these restaurants tend to be on the more expensive side, while more inexpensive restaurants like Chipotle, Starbucks, Burger King don't offer delivery options. So we wanted to make an easy way for you to have access to cheap food. So people who don't have cars can meet with people who do have cars and get food.
And I'll be happy. So now we're going to do a little demo. Let's hope the emulator doesn't crash.
Yep, so this screen right here is our login screen. We wanted to have login by Facebook working, but that requires keys, which we don't have yet. So we're just going to do an email login, and this connects to our parse backend. So yeah, that makes it really helpful.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
The emulator.
Just register. Sorry, keyboard is not connecting to the emulator. Just register. Okay, so while he's logging in, so there are 3 parts of the Coffee Run app. You can create an order, you can join an order, and you can deliver. So the create an order function, you have 2 options. You can either create a public order or a private order. Public order would be that I'm saying I'm going to a restaurant and I release it to all of my Facebook friends and my friends on the app, and then anyone who wants food from the restaurant that I'm going to can join my order. So if I'm going to Chipotle and you're one of my friends and you want a burrito, you can join the order and then I'll bring it back to campus or wherever it is I'm delivering to, and you can get the food. The next function of the app is join an order. So if you click on an existing order, either public or private, you can access, do we have it? Nope. Yeah. Okay. So this is how you join an order. So you click on an order and it will display the name of the runner, which is the person going to get the food, the place they're going, leaving. You can type in the food you'd like, although we're having keyboard issues. You can estimate the order cost, and then you can update the order info to get the tip that you're giving the driver, as well as the total order cost. And so we also have an you can choose to be charged 50% over in case you estimate wrong.
And you do that just so if you have no idea what the cost of your burrito is, you're all good. And so our app has many future functions that we're going to add in. We're going to add in tons of great graphics. Sorry that the demo could not work, but yeah.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And there you are, guys. I'll give you your prize, the grand prize for the rookie division. I believe 2015, the gold brick. You guys go. Open it up. They each won a Nexus 7. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Thank you.
No problem. So I guess the rookie division of Blueprint 2015. We'd like to move on to the main division. The main division was for people who had a little bit more experience, although it is self-selecting. So we hope that we're really proud of these projects. We'd like to invite up the 3rd place team for the main division, Idea Lab Blue. They're here. You guys wouldn't happen to have a VGA port?
A what? VGA port? I can handle HDMI, VGA.
Oh, you have VGA.
My own is locked.
All right, so we are Idealab Blue, and this is a game we created. It's called Void Shooter. And it's a game we designed to be fast and easy to play. You can connect with your phone, web app, and your phone acts as a Your phone acts as a controller around on the screen. And we built this from the ground up. Steven here did all the art for the game. Willie and Aaron coded the entire engine from scratch. I did web development and general game design. And so if you go to this website here, shoutkey.com/rotary, on your computer or your phone, you will be put on the controller screen. From there, you're able to select both a name and a color and join the game using either arrows and the left stick to move around and WSD or the right, WSD to move around, arrows to shoot, or the left stick to move and the right stick to shoot. And if any of you want to join, play for a bit, and Willie will explain some of the more technical details.
I would like to say that we haven't programmed in a hard player cap, and just to see how close we can get before it starts lagging. Everyone, if you can join, let's see if we can push the limits of the technology on stage. So let's go. This is running Socket.io for the real-time data streaming between your phones and the computers. It's running Pixie.js to do the rendering, so the rendering shouldn't lag. JS is very, very, very fast. And the server's node, and everything is coded in. So, yes. CoffeeScript is a great language. I encourage you to learn it.
Art direction. Well, for the art, I used Paint Tool Sci and a combination of that with Photoshop and GIMP. And I drew with my tablet, bamboo tablet. It's worth, even it's $50.
And here, allows you to make multiple monitors on a screen, multiple parts of a screen. So if you want to, you can move from the left screen to the right, or vice versa, and shoot across. When we were doing our demo for the judges, of course, we can't have here, but we had 3 different computers running the game on each of their screens. So we had a map that was triple the size of what it regularly is, and this functionality allows us to, if we, for instance, had the big multi-monitor out there and a bunch of HDMI cords and computers, each of the computers could handle part of the load from the website and run the game with, theoretically, the more computers you have, the more people you can run. So we could run it with, like, many more people than join. So that functionality of Pixie.js is really amazing, and we're able to, make the game even bigger.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Let's see how many people.
That's an awesome game. It looks like it has 29 players.
Yeah, around 29.
Give it up. Yes, you do get a block. Third place prize, main division. Go ahead. Take your block.
Take it. Oh. Aaron, I'll hold it. No, open it.
Pull from these from the top. Yeah, it's kind of like an iPhone case. They received Pebble watches. Congratulations. Let's move into the second place for the main division. We got Optiminate, I believe. Come on up. Optican. Look at this bigger sheet. For the main division, second prize, we have the Traveling Salesman at station B2. Come on up. I'll do both. There you go. And here's your mic.
Yeah.
That makes so much sense. Now I understand. Handwriting.
So, hi everyone. So We created a web app called Opinionate, which aggregates social media content from across the web for easy viewing. So let's go through how things currently work. So you hear about a news topic, like say Greece or how the price of oil is fluctuating. And right now you would go to a website like the New York Times or the Wall Street Journal, and you would look at what some reporters written about it. But even after reading a few of those, you hear about the views of a few reporters from the New York Times and Wall Street Journal. But with the web, what about the billions of people out there who have other opinions and other things to say? Shouldn't you be able to hear those people's opinions, especially with the power of the web and how it makes it so easy to communicate? So that's what we created. Opinionate uses social media to aggregate what other people have been saying about certain topics. So say you wanted to look at oil. You can click on it, and it gives you all this stuff from Twitter, Reddit, if you scroll down, even YouTube, all from across the web, ranked, sorted, and aggregated to your needs. So let me hand it over to Michael, who will explain some of how it works.
So essentially, the fundamentals of the web app is it pulls trends from a variety of sources like Twitter, Google Trends. And so based on that, it can then pull from a variety of other sources to actually pull user content. But in addition to this, we also implemented a search feature in case the trends or information you were interested in wasn't what it detected. So if we want to look at something we were interested in, like, say, hackathon. So we can go and search that. This will take a minute as it queues the web server. But so we actually have a dual-faced web server running here. We're PHP front-end and a Rails back-end to defer the requests. So you can see it's searching right now. It brought up some articles from Reddit. We scroll down, probably see some from Twitter. And you can just click on any of them, and they'll open up. You can see the original source and everything. And so, Loke, did you want to talk about the framework behind that?
So we ended up doing 3 interacting components here. So there's the web server that's in PHP showing the web page. There's also a database hosted by Amazon Web Services, and that contains the trends and the various posts pertaining to those trends. And then finally, we had a Rails server, and that is what gathered the data from these various sources and pushed it to the database. So for the search in particular, it actually, the reason you could see results loading is because that was as they were found by the Rails server and being solely pushed onto the database and then pushed back to the client. So that's how we prevented ourselves from really swamping these sources, because you can't be quick.
A lot of technologies went into building this kind of app. For example, let's say we want you can first you see is that we rank results from both Twitter and from below. We have a special that thinks which ones are the best for your, like, how related they are to the topic, ranks them. Additionally, it gives them either a plus or a thumbs up or a thumbs down based on what this post is saying about the topic.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And for the second place prize, you get the second to last brick, the blue brick, in the main division. Open it on up. You have to pull from the top. It's kind of a clamshell, like in cases. Inside are mini gem speaker system. So, congratulations. You get to keep that and the box. Congratulations. Thank you to Opinionate. Before I move on to the grand prize of the main, first I'd like to give a quick word to our parent organization, MIT and MIT TechX. With TechX and without Hack MIT, Blueprint wouldn't be possible. In fact, a lot of the organizing team for Blueprint is also on Hack MIT. And then we also use volunteers from TechX to help make this event possible. So quickly, give it up for prize for the main division. the grand prize winner. Come on up. Butcher it like Opinionate. All right. Thank you. Again, we have to do a quick resolution switch. Play on the projector. You can do it.
All right, so before we tell you a little more about our project, we want to give you some as to where the idea actually came from. I was at an event the other day, we had to network and cards, and we were swapping them quite frequently. What I said is for something that so many people, it's just common. It starts to get to a point, if you get enough business cards, it's hard to stick into your wallet. People are throwing them out because they have too many. And in fact, and the first thing you do is you put it in your contact book phone, and you get rid of this thing that someone's already paid for. Pence. And so it seems in this age of way to do it. And so as we started to look towards solutions, the obvious thing struck out to us being we wanted easy interaction, and that's where we came up with Shake. The idea of a hassle-free, buttonless interaction between phones. The idea is that you should be able to take two phones, press them together, and shake. One is swap the data, it creates a link. So
while he's setting up a demo, so up here you'll see, this is our server. And we have two phones here. As Hunter said, you're at a event and people are handing out business cards. No, you don't need to use business cards. You take your phone, you exchange your contacts. But we wanted to go further than that. We made an API that Android, and in fact any device, including laptops that have a GPS, sends GPS data. Accelerometer, and if your shake matches up, then you've made a connection. You can exchange any information you want. If you're a gamer and you have a racing game, and say me and my friend we want to race each other, so we take our phones together, we shake, and now we've exchanged our usernames, and now we can race each other. So really, the applications of this are sky high, and demo here, two phones matching up. So
what you can't see is that on each phone we're data, a button called record, shake them together. Most of the time that they've matched together.
So it's a proof of concept that we can match. All right, sending. Okay, why isn't it not? Yeah. So you see, but how it works?
Sure. Before I quickly talk about how it works, one thing to note more data, it's not a match. Because let's imagine that if people were to use this, you could have up to 100 people in a room shaking their phones all at the same time, and it should be able to differentiate everyone that shook. And so the way we accomplish this is by these blue dots up here. These are what we deem significant. And when you look at the accelerometer data, it's taking peaks that have a significant time and looks at frames of time that we say must have been a shake. Then based on the time that the shake actually, the location, and hopefully, though not implemented yet, the gyroscope orientations of the phones, goes and starts to do a quick search in the server. It finds all the shakes that are happening at that same time that are being to the server and duration. After scale, rescale, and basically these different graphs you're seeing up here onto each other and try to figure out which ones are the most similar. At a certain point, sure enough, we say that's a positive match. The server creates a link between the two phones, and now we seamlessly between.
All right, so before we run, I made a little iOS app using Swift. My first day using Swift, but I just hacked it out. So say we've shook, and
connected, so I'm gonna now, you can't see this, but I'm gonna select a contact here on my virtual phone, and I'm gonna select Kate. Boom, up there, Kate's email, Kate's phone went from my to the server, and now it can be sent to another iPhone. And actually, currently, with the coming of Apple Watches, there's a great opportunity. If you take two people wearing Apple Watches, you shake hands, that accelerometer data together, that could create a to exchange data.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Guys, for the gold brick, go ahead. Inside are Nexus 7. Congratulations. You can take the box, put it back in if you want, or here you are.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oop. Thank you. Your hands are full. Much for the everyone who's participated. We really appreciate all the work you've done. We know that we don't give you time to create your apps, only 8 hours about. At our event for college students at Hack MIT, we give about 24 hours so students can create even bigger and better things. Thank you so much for coming. This concludes Blue. I hope you guys had a great time. Give it up.